Good morning and welcome everyone to the second day of IMM Virtual 2021. It is great to have you all with us. So today we're starting off with a press conference from a key sponsor, and that's Tenerife. So Tenerife is one of the most sought after destinations for UK travellers. Tourism Tenerife's sponsorship of 2021 comes at an extraordinarily important and exciting moment for the island. They've not kept quiet during the past year. There's a raft of new openings and new announcements, and you're going to be hearing about those and a whole lot more, including a new look and feel for Tenerife's branding. So to discuss everything Tenerife and to look forward to everything that the media can enjoy on their very first return visit to the island, we are delighted to welcome Pia Liao, who is the Travel Industry Director of Tenerife Tourism Corporation. Pia, thank you so much for joining us today. It's delightful to have you here.
Thank you for having me in for this interview. Fantastic, Henry. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, we're really grateful. I mean, Tenerife is so central to the outbound UK holiday market, and it's wonderful to have you involved today. So overall, can you just give us news on how everything is at Tenerife and the countdown to the resumption of travelling?
Well, the countdown for resumption of travel is having the UK market back. We hope to get them back at the end of May because we have some, small restrictions because of the Brexit. So we have to wait until the 31st of May for allowing travel, holiday travel. You can travel from the UK, but you need to be a resident or you need to have come out because of a special purpose with a special authorization. But we are open for business. We've been open since June, since June last year. And we've been receiving business gradually from other countries, which is like the opening and closing periods that's been around with the borders opening into the EU with the Schengen countries. And right now you're sort of seeing things happening, but we need the big boys and the big players to be on the market and help us out to get back into business. And we're waiting. We have everything ready. Our hoteliers are ready, everything with the COVID regulations. We have all the, with the local establishments, everything is open. The shopping malls are open, our restaurants are open, the bars are open, with the exception of the discotheques at the moment. We're waiting to get down in another level, which is called level 1, which will then allow us to have a more open criteria for the opening hours for other businesses. But the beaches are open, you can walk in the nature, you can take a car hire, you can take the public bus with a limited people on board. So everything's just ready, and especially the climate is waiting for everyone to come out and enjoy it.
Very good. So with, I believe, 70% of Tenerife's population likely to have been vaccinated by June, similar levels to the UK, we can hopefully look forward to Tenerife being added to the UK Green List pretty soon.
I hope so, Henry, because we are at 57 cases per 100,000 inhabitants, so we will be there very soon. And the vaccine program is very accelerated, so we are expecting to get a 70% by June. So it's similar, and that is with the singles and double vaccination. So we hope to be in balance with the UK market. So we do hope that the corridor can be open very soon. Tour operators are just wanting to open, like recently Jet2 announced they're going to do it for the 24th of June. We have other tour operators on the market like EasyJet or British Airways Holidays or the Elegance Resort, or everyone on the market, and TUI as well. They're all waiting to see when this drive can happen, allowing flights to fly with holiday makers. This is the difference. There's a package holiday behind it, so therefore it's a holiday.
So Pia, tell us what the situation is right now for British holiday makers wanting to travel to Tenerife, and also how do you see that situation evolving in the summer, hopefully with a vaccine certification program? Tell us about that.
Yeah, the travel is going to be very safe from the UK. There will be a PCR test required upon arrival, which is then the standards of the borderline to get into Spain. We are Spain, so this is what we need to do. And also the same test is then validated to be able to check in at your hotels when you have that package holiday with you. Though you're on package or individual travel, you will need to do that. Have a test with you and indicate it upon arrival when you check in. But this also, in the island, we have what is called a travel insurance. If it so happens that you do become ill while you're on holidays and it's been shown that it is a COVID infection that you have, there's nothing to worry about. We have an insurance in place in the Canary Islands, supported by the government of the Canary Islands through the health system. And this will then grant that there will be attended of the year social system in Spain. And likewise, if it is a partner traveling, like a family member, wife or child, they will also be accepted within that insurance.
So Pierre, can you talk us through all the new and exciting developments in Tenerife tourism, the new hotel openings, important refurbishment, new walking routes, I believe, and plenty more? Will you tell us about those?
We've been very, very busy developing new products on the island, and likewise new openings of properties on the island. And of course, what is very important is that the hotels have done a big work, like entrepreneurs, to keep up the business with the quality, not missing out the opportunity to do these changes while we've all been on a lockdown, and also reduction of travelers coming to the destination. All those hotels you may remember or know yourself as your favorite hotel, maybe there's been a change there, a facelifting here and there. Even hotels have closed down completely and done a refurbishing of 100%, which is incredible. And quite many of them are down in Playa Las Americas. And we also got a couple of them down in Costa Deje. And then, of course, in Puerto de la Cruz, we've also got the Hotel Botánico as a reference in itself, but also the petite hotels, like in Garachico, your Hotel San Roque is also undergoing a facelift up. And this is it. We need to keep business running. We need to have it ready for the opening. And this is what has been turned around on behalf of the entrepreneurs, that business has to be as always, and we are ready to receive everyone with a new look. And I think that is fantastic. Just like the destination is open up with a new branding and a way to, engage with our travelers coming in the future. So what is new is also that we had a new incorporation of a completely new building in Costa Deje, which is called the Royal River Luxury Hotel, which is just villas. And we also, on that side in La Laguna, have two small petite hotels, which is open, which is boutique. So this is one big villa for one big family in a retreat place nearby to the UNESCO village of La Laguna, which is the heritage site where the backdrop of the city itself was used by the conquistadores when they went off to America and discovered new locations. And this is the placement of that city as a true copy, how the street should be, how the houses should be, and with the balcony, with the Spanish balcony, with the woodworks and everything, and the old patios. And this is the blend of the Canarian and the Andalusian architecture, and that can be found in South America today. And those are fantastic locations, just about 10 minutes away from La Laguna. And then we even got a new hotel open in Santa Cruz as well, which is the AC Marriott, which for the city, for the MICE events and so on. And this is a great location also because Santa Cruz is our capital. And it's also where the cruise is called port. So there will be a lot of activities with the streets, an open shopping mall street concept they have. And also then there is the Spring Hotels Pitacora, which is one of the hotels down in Las Americas. It's done a swipe reopening, completely redone it, focused on a younger profile of users, and which of the surf is their main product at the hotel. So if you are a surfer freak, well, this is the place you go to. As a unique experiences, we got our trails, which is 040. It's very challenging. You need to be very pro to do this. It's not just a little walking track for the day.
It's 040 sounds tough. Tell us about that. It's sea to mountaintop and back in one day, yeah?
Yeah, it's you start at the coastline in El Socorro up in Los Realejos on the northern side of the island, and the trail starts from there, and then you run. They don't walk it, they run 27 kilometers with a height inclination of more than 3,000 at the end when they reach up to the Mount Teide in itself. And it's very challenging. You need to be very fit to do this. And we actually got sports people among themselves, elite sports, doing this challenge and sort of trying to break their records. The last one we have is 6 hours and 15 minutes. And 13 minutes, sorry, and that is the record at the moment, and it's already been broken. So that was the other day. So this is constant, and it's up and down on the same day. There's no break. So the run up and run back again, all of it is 57 kilometers in 6 hours and 13 minutes.
Fantastic. I might leave it to someone else, but it sounds marvelous. You have developed a real reputation in recent years as a destination for lovers of active holidays and sports and extreme sports, triathletes, enthusiasts, and so forth. It's quite an island for those sorts of opportunities, isn't it?
Well, you got my backdrop. It tells you everything. And we are an island which is very a box of surprises, to sort of say, not just because of the climate and people just love it because the resorts have the excellence and the quality where they can stay at. If you want to stay at 5-star, you can do that as well, and do hiking in the mornings, or go surfing and go back again to your hotel. Or if you want to go to a petite hotel or even to a fancy apartment, it can be done as well. So we have a branch of opportunities on the island to cater all kind of enthusiasts within the sports. Sports today is our lifestyle after this confinement, but we have not invented this yesterday. We've been working on it for the last 10 years. So what we've done is like a sustainable chain among ourselves on the island to make small businesses be part of this sustainable chain of the tourism on the island. So you can got small companies taking you out for the biking for the day, go out for Marona behind this guy who shows you the trail up to Mount Teide. And that is really exhausting, but we got amateurs doing it and they just love it. And more, there is more cyclists on the island because it's such a big brand. And we also got bike-friendly hotels on the island to support that. So gradually we add on new concepts to support those sports. And then, of course, as you said, the elite travelers of the sports people. We have a high standard training center, the T3 in the south of the island. And a couple of years back when it was the Olympics, for example, in the UK and London, now we had all the people traveling from Asia stopped over in Tenerife to sort of acclimatize themselves. We've got the same time zone. So that was so easy for them. And then they stayed in Tenerife, did all the training, went up and ran, did the marathons on the island. They did the cycling up in Mount Teide where there's so much oxygen and that is just the best adrenaline for themselves. And likewise for the surfing or the golfing, we got everything on the island. It's just use it. We're an outdoor gym.
So Pierre, I understand that within the last month, Tenerife has unveiled a brand new tourism image, and your new branding has been described as a world benchmark for travel. So before we reveal more, can you just tell us about your new branding image?
Well, the new brand is really, we need to go down and be more personal. We're not just another destination. So we need to be personal with our travelers. We don't call them tourists any longer. We call them travelers. And what has happened to Tenerife is that we are waking emotions. This is what we do. As we were talking about before, there's so many things that can be done on the island, and it's just that emotion that you receive while you're here, and you keep it to yourself as a secret. You don't want anyone else to do it for you, you know. You just wanted to keep it there, and this is what we want to engage. Things have changed so much. We've been working on this brand for more than 2 years. We wanted to launch it last year. Unfortunately, the COVID situation pushed it back, but now we launched it, as you said, a month ago, and we have now micro-segmented all our activities in promotion and also to engage with the traveler. So, and it's more digital as well, because we've now learned how to use our smartphones, use our desktops a little bit more at home, the computers that we have, and everybody has a new point of view how technology can actually help you out to choose what you're looking for. And this is what we are working on, creating this content to awaken those emotions that people would like to do. And the search will then help. And then, of course, we will have our CEO and CM marketing ready to capture those searches and then implement those experiences that can be done on the island. And we are going to be growing more and more. It starts from one point where we are today, but maybe in a year's time, there's going to be so much content that we wouldn't have thought that, because that's the evolution of the island itself. Our gastronomy, our wines, the whale watching, the stargazing, all these elements are within that branding. And it's also upscaling Tenerife completely. We are the destination in the Canaries with more than 36 hotels of 5-star hotels. And this is actually more than there is in Barcelona, imagine. And this is Tenerife. So the excellence of that service and value of those products on the island are there to lift up and step up the destination in a new category and a new way of sending out the messages. So it's a new way of narrating the destination, and this has to do with the change from one point to another, and we are more emotional because we're going to include some new elements which we're going to show you on this video.
Tenerife, the island of Teide, of 23 degrees, of carnival, the ideal place to go with your family, friends, your partner. A wonderful island, which is why people return. However, Tenerife is a lot more than that. Tenerife is constantly evolving. It is much more than a destination. It is a brand. And it needs to be able to express itself to maintain a constant dialogue with those who have already discovered it or who are about to. Because it is people who live our island, who experience all sorts of emotions here, who inspire us and ensure everything makes sense. Because when we speak about emotions, good and positive feelings, we find a language that fits in perfectly with what we are, our energy, our character and our purity, and that can be captured visually. Here, people can feel love for our abundant and diverse nature, enjoyment with our open-air sports, nature trails, music, rooftop bars and beach clubs, hope of finding the best version of you thanks to this sun and our beaches, serenity that comes from hearing the splashing of our families of cetaceans, interest because of the charm of the villages, our universal heritage and the avant-garde nature of our architecture, pride in our gastronomy and our incredible wines, joy expressed through leaps and bounds, inspiration connecting you to the universe, surprise because of the colors of our traditions and our culture, gratitude at being able to say, wow, that's great. And that's not all. With this language, we can speak about all those places that can be enjoyed. Our Teide, the mountains, our sea of blue, or our beaches, white and black, our villages, and also experiences like the gastronomy, the golf, our nature trails, and the surf. Because Tenerife, apart from being a place to visit, is a place that makes you feel. That is why we say it awakens emotions. This message is so important for us that it becomes another hallmark of its identity. That is why it goes with our name, to which is added our beloved Teide, which is more present, and the blue of our flag, of our skies, and of our sea. And an exclamation reminding us of a marker so that everyone knows where to find us. The result of all these elements entrenched in emotions is a complete identity with all the symbolism that will become its own language to be used everywhere. A modern and versatile logo that works where people are to be found, alive and able to change to include everything this island has to offer. That is why we have changed to have a brand that accompanies us on this new path. A brand as great as the island, its people, and how it makes us feel. Tenerife awakens emotions.
So Pia, watching on today, we've got an audience of up to 150 of the UK's leading travel journalists. We've also got PR representatives from across the travel industry with tour operators that feature Tenerife and special interest operators and so forth. So there's going to be a lot of journalists following this are going to want to get back to Tenerife or are going to want to come and visit for the first time. Are there certain types of media trips you're particularly keen to look after and encourage? Tell us more about that, if you would.
Yeah, we're very open up for any press trips, but of course we wanted to get engaged with the new branding. So this is very important. And it has to be lifestyle. It can be family in a relaxed ambience. It has to be adventurous and for the discovery. So these are these 4 profiles that we are working on especially from the UK market that we are engaging with, because this is what we can offer as new highlights of the island. This is a new way of understanding Tenerife. You will still find elements which are known to our travel writers, but there is always a new element that we can add into that adventurous seek for information and also to try out what can be done in Tenerife as new. So It's like to get in touch with our PR agency or with ourselves directly, or check out our website, webtenerife.co.uk, and check it out there, because you can get inspired, get some ideas, or if you've got a copy that you have to write about, tell us about it and we will see how we can fix it.
That's absolutely brilliant. So there's loads of opportunities there for travel writers, people who want to discover the furthest corners of Tenerife, the history, active sports journalists who maybe want to have a crack at Route 040, journalists who want to be active on land or in the sea, people who want to write about architecture and interiors. That's a very interesting area, and presumably that leads into sustainability as well. So make contact with Avia Reps, which are Tenerife's UK PR agency. They're very much open to press visits on all those areas and more. That's really, really helpful, Pia. Thank you. So Pia, if people are looking to find out information about visiting Tenerife right now, is there a website that can help them?
Yes, there is the from the government of the Canary Islands, which is our common website, which is called hellocanaryslands.com, and there you can get all the information about how to travel to the Canary Islands. And likewise, you can check into our website, webtenerife.com, and there you also will find information which is then linked to the page from the government of the Canary Islands. And there you've got all the regulations, how to travel, because each island, the overall of the Canaries are the same.
And of course, for media looking to set up trips in the weeks and months ahead, you can get additional help and information from Tenerife's UK PR agency, and that's Avia Reps. Pia, additionally, Tenerife has developed an amazing reputation as a destination for well-being and spa holidays, one of the leading such destinations in Europe. Can you tell us more about that and where things are going in that holiday segment?
Well, it is expanding every day. It's amazing what the hotels are incorporating to matching the segmentate their profile and needs of their customers. So they're creating all these programs. Well, for example, Del Botánico has a slim body program, and it's just that detox program for a week or two, and you actually do drop some couple of kilos, and this is really, everybody's happy when they go back home, and it's without any sacrificing too much of your meals and so on. Or you can get down to the other hotels like Hotel Ritz-Carlton Abama. They're creating a wellness concept. They just recently have this influencer from Spain with yoga, all about food and creativity. So this is the elements that we are walking into, and also Bahia del Duque with the big spa they have on all the treatments. You can get the Ayurvedic, or you can get the traditional ones, or even go out and be more holistic if you want to. This is me in a sense. You go out and feel the nature. You use the nature for your therapy, and you go out and do your walks in the woods. We've got this fantastic pine tree crown around the island, where in the middle you've got Teide. Teide is magical. It's power. It's volcanic.
So Pia, from the whole Trav Media team, thank you so much for joining us at IMM 2021 today. It's been wonderful having you here, and I'm sure our media audience are keen as mustard to get back to Tenerife as soon as possible.
Thank you. We're waiting for them to come out. We really want to showcase Tenerife again. Thank you.
So I'm delighted to say we also have a message from Senor David Perez. Now, he is the CEO of Tenerife Tourism Corporation, and he is looking forward to welcoming back British holidaymakers with open arms to Tenerife.
Hola a todos los presentes, saludos desde Tenerife. Para mí es un honor que la isla, un destino turístico preferente para los turistas británicos, tenga la oportunidad de estar presente en este evento de IMM Trav Media Virtual 2021 y de poder así entrar en contacto con periodistas de Reino Unido y con colegas de la industria de los viajes. Este evento llega además en un periodo muy importante. Después de un año en el que la pandemia ha golpeado a los destinos turísticos, comenzamos poco a poco a ver el final de esta situación y el regreso a la normalidad parece que por fin está cada vez más cerca. Estamos deseosos de recibir viajeros, de acoger en la isla turistas británicos para que puedan disfrutar, como ha sido desde hace tantos años, de los encantos que Tenerife les brinda. En esa tarea sabemos que la labor de los medios de comunicación y también de la industria de los viajes es fundamental. Por esa razón estamos hoy aquí, esperando que la isla siga siendo ese lugar de preferencia de vacaciones para los viajeros británicos, donde disfrutan de elementos como nuestro clima, nuestras playas, nuestra moderna infraestructura hotelera o nuestros extraordinarios y diversos espacios naturales. Este 2021 es un año importante para Tenerife porque nos permitirá dar un impulso a la promoción de la isla. Acabamos de presentar la nueva marca turística de Tenerife, mucho más fresca y moderna, basada en las emociones, en las experiencias que las personas viven durante su paso por la isla. Unos días que les marcan y les hacen volver año tras año. La presentación de esta nueva marca va acompañada de un ambicioso plan de marketing que nos permitirá llegar de manera más eficaz y personalizada a aquellos viajeros que muestran motivaciones que la isla puede satisfacer como destino de vacaciones. La sostenibilidad y la digitalización son dos de los pilares de la nueva estrategia de Tenerife. En el primer caso, la isla ha obtenido la certificación Biosphere como destino turístico sostenible, lo que demuestra nuestro firme compromiso en este aspecto. Además, Tenerife se ha convertido en la primera isla del territorio nacional en ser reconocida como destino turístico inteligente. Sobre esta base continuaremos con la promoción de Tenerife este año con importantes eventos deportivos, culturales y de todo tipo en la isla, con acciones novedosas en el exterior, además de reforzar nuestra conexión directa con medios de comunicación online y offline, con turoperadores, con asociaciones de agencias de viajes o líneas aéreas. Todos ellos fundamentales para el avance de nuestro destino turístico. Nada más, les deseo un evento muy fructífero y por supuesto confío en que pronto nuestros queridos viajeros británicos puedan disfrutar este año de una isla que les espera con los brazos abiertos para hacer realidad unas vacaciones inolvidables. Un fuerte abrazo.